Hey sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. The next pickup on my 100 cards for $10,000 list is a card that I expected to see at the Strongsville show, given that it was in Ohio. But what I didn't expect is that I would find such a great looking copy of the card and for a fairly decent price. And that is the 1975 Topps Pete Rose card. And I'm going to turn the camera around and show it off. And here it is, the 12th card on my 100 cards for $10,000 list, the 75 Topps Pete Rose. When I first saw this card, the two things that stood out for me was the bright coloring, registration, lack of fish eyes, and the centering. If anything, you can maybe point out a little off center top to bottom, but overall, just great eye appeal. Happens to be in a PSA 7. Again, wasn't necessarily looking for a particular grade, but this just happens to be a PSA 7. The back is nice as well. Again, if you can find any fault, maybe top to bottom a little bit off center, but clean back, beautiful front, crisp colors. Love that image of Pete Rose. Very, very happy to find. Again, I expected to find some Reds cards, and there were a decent amount of Reds cards there. Again, the show in Ohio, there were some Cleveland cards as well, but I expected to see a lot of Cincinnati Reds cards, so I was hoping to find this one, but I also thought that there would be a local premium, so to speak, that, all right, yeah, I can find this Pete Rose, but they want so much more for it, maybe not be able to get a good deal. I'll talk about the deal in a little bit later here and talk about the general numbers. Now, I picked up a previous Pete Rose card on my list. I believe it was the 1974 Pete Rose card. And in that video, I showed off some of the other Pete Rose cards I have of his from the 1970s. So I'm not going to repeat that. So to show some more cards on these videos than just the one pickup, I thought I would show off some of my other favorite 1975 Topps cards. So we'll put the Pete Rose off here to the side for a moment. And the first one, just love this Carlton Fisk. Just the background there with a hotel, obviously done during spring training. Love the uniform there, and as you can see, the pattern seems to be, and you'll see with the next card as well, the yellow and red. Just, I don't know, I like that combination, it seems, for the 1975 Topps cards. But that is a really nice example there of the Carlton Fisk. The next one, this is where I say you can start seeing the pattern with the colors for these 75s, but just love that image of Johnny Bench, and the color scheme just goes perfect with it. So you got some reds and Red Sox. 75 Topps, the color combination sometimes just doesn't seem to fit the player's uniform. Just looks a little bit odd, so that's why I have a sort of a love-hate relationship with the 1975 Topps set. Some cards like this look outstanding, others just with the color combination just don't make sense, and I just can't wrap my head around the overall eye appeal of the card. The next one I want to show off, of course I have to show off the Corey Yastrzemski that I have as part of his player run. So we have a little bit of different color scheme. We have the yellow at the top, but blue at the bottom. Another looks like spring training photograph there. But again, nicely centered, nice eye appeal for that Corey Yastrzemski card. Two more here. I have the mixing things up in the color scheme is my Nolan Ryan. Very happy with this one. Of course, Nolan Ryan cards, once you start getting into the higher grade copies, the price point really goes up. I was able to get a decent price. I didn't look it up, but I didn't pay an arm and a leg for this PSA 5, and to me, it has great eye appeal. And the last card, of course, is the George Brett rookie card. I do have the Robin Yount rookie card, but in terms of maybe some of my favorite cards within the set, it's not one of my favorites. Obviously, it's an important card within the set, but just look how deep and rich the colors are on the green and the purple and the Royals there. This doesn't have any fish eyes. When I saw this at I want to say it was the 2021 National, I think, is when I picked this up. The dealer had multiple copies of the rookie card, some 7s and 8s. I wasn't in the market to pay PSA 8 prices for Brett rookie, but of all the ones that he had, this was the one, and they were, for decent price. I got it for a decent price and had my pick of probably 5 or 6 PSA 7s at his table there. And this was the nicest of the bunch. Really happy overall. It's not perfect, but just the overall eye appeal for this, I think, is outstanding for that George Brett rookie card. All right, back to the Pete Rose card here. So let's talk about the numbers so far. Now, I actually had the Pete Rose on my list in a PSA 7, and I thought I would need to pay $75 for a PSA 7. The grades and the price on this list are just a guide to get me to $100,000 or $10,000. And so I didn't expect actually to pick up a PSA 7. I honestly thought I would end up buying a PSA 5 or 6 in order to save money, thinking that I may not be able to get a decent deal or be able to pick up a PSA 7 for $75 at a show, maybe not. So when I saw this PSA 7, wasn't too sure what I'd be able to negotiate with the seller for, but I got him down to $55. I think he had it listed for $60. So right off the bat, I was going to be saving money from what I had it on my list, but I combined it with another card, I think, which may be part of my next video on the 100 cards for $10,000 list. But I did a combo deal with that card and this Pete Rose card, and he gave me $5 off each. Again, not a huge discount, but hey, $5 here, $5 there adds up. So I saved $20. So I got this for $55. So I saved $20 off of my list, and still got a PSA 7 copy. Again, the grade's not that important. So PSA 7 Pete Rose cards currently on the low end, they'll go for around $35, $36. Middle range on average around $50, and on the high side close to $70. So I paid a little bit more, just slightly over the current average price for a PSA 7. So I thought I did pretty good here. And now for the 12 cards to date that I have off my 100 card list, I thought, or on the spreadsheet, I thought I was going to have to pay $1,025. Well, to date, I've only spent $545, so I am $480 to the good, still whittling away at that maximum $10,000 price. I'm not going to get it down to $5,000, but maybe hopefully under $6,000. We'll see. It's still going to take me quite a ways. This is only card number 12. I have a long way to go on this list, but it's been fun so far. So would love to know in the comments what you think about the 1975 top set in general. I know there are some of you out there that absolutely love the set. Some, like me, maybe are a little lukewarm to it, but would love to know your thoughts, and specifically this PSA 7 copy of the Pete Rose that I picked up at the Strongsville show. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.